snatched from his grandmother's arms.
He took it to the extreme.
Wrestled the boy away from his grandmother.
Give me my son back.
Then just took off.
He just does bad things, you know?
Jose Esteban Rodriguez.
Police believe the little boy is in danger.
Little Juliani Cardenas.
How are you going to take care of him, Jose? You need to make sure that my son's eating. You need to make sure that he's drinking his fluids.
Searches have not turned up anything.
I just want him back.
Rodriguez's mother fears the worst.
Her little boy was taken.
He's 3 feet 6 inches tall, weighs about 40 pounds, brown eyes, black hair. Last seen wearing dark pants and a light blue shirt.
Juliani needs to come home.
And we are learning right now that that drag and pull operation in the canal close to Modesto is just about to begin. Sonar at this late hour has found a large object. Divers are not going home. They are going to continue to do the search at this hour to see if that large object is a vehicle and to furthermore see if the vehicle would have in it Juliani Cardenas and Jose Rodriguez. I want to go out to Mark Klass, president and founder, Class Kids Foundation, joining us tonight. Mark, your thoughts?
Well, Jean, first of all, I hope that Tabitha doesn't go home with grief in her heart tonight. Remember back in 1995, Susan Smith drove a vehicle into a still lake in Union, South Carolina with her 2 sons in the back seat. And it still took the authorities about 2 days to locate and retrieve that vehicle. So retrieving a vehicle, a particular vehicle from a body of water is a very difficult thing to do at best.
That's right, and
now,
a very dangerous thing.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, this is a very, very dangerous mission. Now, I was told by somebody close to the case that there was a spare tire on this car. I don't know if that's true or not. Perhaps Tabitha or the sheriff can confirm that. But it's also right off of Highway 5. And Highway 5 is about 450 miles straight down to Mexico. So if they're not in the canal, the possibility exists that he could have gone down to Mexico. One would want to hope that the authorities down there had the flyer. It's also a straight shot to the San Francisco Bay Area, both San Francisco and San Jose. And quite frankly, this guy could have gone almost anywhere if in fact he's not in the if in fact he's not in the canal. So I think there's still room for hope, and I hope that this turns out not to be them and that they are found safe someplace
Mark
else.
Klass, I agree with you 100%. We did look into that Mexico aspect because that was my thought also. There are relatives in Mexico, but Jose Rodriguez has not had contact with them in probably 15 to 20 years. I want to go out to Ellie Josted for a second, Nancy Grace, producer. What about the car? Because Mark Klass is right. It had some very unusual tires, unusual rims on that vehicle.
Right, that's right. This is that silver Corolla. It does have large black rims, and there is a spare tire that they believe. Now, this is a tire smaller, you know, than all the other tires, and it's on the right front wheel of that car. So it should be very distinctive, easy to pick out if somebody would have seen this car on the road.
That's exactly right. Sheba in Illinois. Good evening, Sheba.
Hi, Jane. Sorry, dear. Messed your name up again. My question is, this drainage ditch or water thing, isn't this one of the things that Californians get some of their water from to whatever, wash clothes, take a bath, drink? Wouldn't it be kind of sensible to let divers practice in there with the fire department occasionally and pull out cars and objects and then know that you have certain sections cleared?
You know,
if this is a known, if this is known dumping ground, I mean, they may find other bodies in some cars.
Sheba, from what I understand, this is an irrigation canal that goes to the farmers in this area. This is a very, very rural agricultural area where so much of the food of our country is actually grown. To Michael Gast is the founder and trainer of the National Academy of Police Diving. How dangerous is an operation like this? And I understand training them in waters like this could be a good idea. But what they are beginning to do right now, this drag and pull, what are the concerns for the safety of the divers?
Well, whenever you have a circumstance like this, you want to have a reference and a control. And what they're doing by dragging that line until it snags the car is giving the divers a hard point and a reference to where they're going to look. That way the divers aren't to the susceptibility of the current. Also, the strength of the current is indicative on how much a divers can accomplish while they're in the water. Usually over 1 knot is going to be difficult.
Are they going to have to take this car and pull it up 17 feet out of the water, or will they take lights to go down to see if it is that silver Corolla down 17 feet?
Well, that would depend on the turbidity of the water. Because it's moving so fast, you may not have any visibility. But if you do have visibility, even 6 inches or a foot, I mean, you'd be able to see the driver's tag on the rear of the car, or the donut-shaped wheel on the right front, or the type of car it is before you have to pull it out.
To Sheriff Adam Christensen of Stanislaus County joining us tonight, do you know, Sheriff, if they will have to literally drag and pull it up to look at it, or can they take lights down at this late hour to see if it is a silver Corolla?
No, your expert is correct. It's not a drag and pull, it's just a drag, and we've established a solitary anchor point for the divers. The water's moving at about 1.5 knots. It's 4,000 cubic feet per second. This particular Delta Mendota Canal does, in fact, supply agricultural water, but it also transports water to Southern California for domestic use. It's a very large canal, not a drainage ditch, and at this point, they're at about 5 feet of depth. It's zero visibility. So the divers will be working by feel. They'll connect a line to the car, and then the tow trucks will winch the car out of the canal.
To Detective Lieutenant Stephen Rogers joining us tonight from the Nutley, New Jersey Police Department. You served on the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, coming to us from New York tonight. Although the search efforts right now at this hour focused on that canal because of what sonar has detected, the foot officers cannot stop their search for Jose Rodriguez and this little boy to be alive, correct?
Well, that's correct. First of all, I've got to commend that sheriff for the extraordinary determination and work they're doing. And part of that work is what you said, Gene. Those officers are out on the highways looking for the car. You mentioned Mexico. I'm sure they're communicating with Mexican police. Although he's bearing most of his resources in that canal, those cops are out there still searching, still looking. And everyone listening and watching tonight need to do the same thing. Be the extended ears and eyes of the police and give them the tips they need.
That's right. And everybody, look at this picture. This is Juliani Cardenas, 4 years old. Hispanic male. He's 3 feet 6 inches tall, 40 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a light blue zip-up fleece shirt, his little black sweatpants, his light-up Spiderman shoes. And he was last seen on Tuesday, just a couple of days ago. About 4:12 in the afternoon was where he was abducted from his grandmother's house, Patterson, California. That's about 17 miles away from Modesto. Dorisha in South Carolina. Hi, Dorisha.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. Thank you for calling.
Okay, my question is, how did he know, like, where the child was at? Is the grandmother always someone there watching him?
Okay, good question. To Tabitha Cardenas joining us tonight. Jose Rodriguez had actually gone to his school first that day, right? It wasn't your mother's house, although he went to your house early in the morning.
Yes, he did.
Tabitha, can you hear me?
He came to... Yes, he came to my house about 7 o'clock in the morning. I told him he needed to leave. And then he came by my house after I went to work. And he actually came in the house and told my mom that he just came to say bye to Juliani. And my mom pushed him out. He left. And I believe he went to the school later in the day. And then about 4 o'clock, he came back to my house. And that's when he took my son.
When he first came in the morning, did he say at all why he was there? I mean, was it routine? Did he usually come that time in the morning?
No, he didn't. He didn't usually come to my house that early in the morning. He didn't say anything either.
What do you think he meant when he said...
I told him to leave.
When he said that he came to say goodbye, what do you think he meant by that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Jose Rodriguez is caught on a video surveillance tape.
Apparently showing Rodriguez buying a little bit of beer before the little guy disappeared.
I think they've taken off now. But I'm hoping that he's got him in a nice warm bed, asleep.